Elohim, I am that I am. God has many names, but he answers to something deeper than language. He answers to the human heart, the soul. Do you want to know who God is? He is a father who does not burden his children with impossible demands. He asks for so little, the bare minimum, and yet he is lied on. He is slandered. His character is twisted, his nature misunderstood. And still, we call on him when we are hurt. We cry out when others wound us, but we do not always understand the cost of what has been set in motion. Let me enlighten you. This world, this earth we walk on, operates by law, a law established from the very beginning of creation. And I ask you, has it ever crossed your mind that the earth itself is alive? That perhaps God made a covenant not just with us, but with the very ground beneath our feet? Because hear this, with every action there is a reaction, and with every wrong there is a consequence waiting. Some people call it karma, but what if it's more than that? What if it is the earth, a mother that feeds her children, disciplines her children, and when life is over, receives them back into herself? God warned us, didn't he? Love your neighbor. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Live by the sword, and you shall die by the sword. What if those weren't just moral sayings, but warnings? Warnings about the laws woven into creation itself? Remember Abel. When he was slain, God said, "His blood cries out to me from the ground." The ground heard it. The earth tasted it. That was the first blood. And maybe, just maybe, that's why God does not always intervene the way we expect. Because generation after generation, humanity has sown seeds, good and evil. And those seeds don't disappear. They carry, they echo, they pass down from ancestor to child again. And what we call a generational curse might simply be a debt still unpaid. The earth does not ask who started it. It only answers who will bear it. But hear this, if you awaken in God, you can break it. Because I believe this. When God created the heavens and the earth, he established laws that can only be interrupted by good. God does not force his way in. He responds to those who call him and to those who choose righteousness. That is the law. And then there's another law, manifestation. Words carry power. Be careful what you speak. Be careful what you share, because people can become reflections of what is spoken over them. God did not carefully design every detail piece by piece. He spoke. Let there be, and life responded. The bees found the flowers, the trees sustain humanity, and humanity depends on the trees. Everything is connected. Creation was designed to coexist. Now hear this. What if, when God created everything, he placed a piece of his power into it all? Just as he breathed life into humanity, a portion of that divine essence exists in creation itself, which is why the earth moves, shifts, and storms. It is not lifeless. And when it is harmed, there are consequences. Just like with God, there is response. But many people cannot accept this because they have placed limits on God. And if they don't believe in him, they won't believe in what he created. But God has not abandoned the heavens. Why would he? He created a world designed to sustain, to teach, and to shape his creation. Think of humanity like a broken vase, shattered. God gathers the pieces, he restores, he mends, but the cracks remain. And instead of seeing restoration, we focus on the damage. We blame God for the fall, instead of taking responsibility for the choices that led there. And that, my friend, is humanity. Blaming the Creator for what we chose to become.